This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
And I'm actually drinking water out of a glass that says, you can't see it, but it's etched, the Cheers, Grace Helbig, that we got from a listener.
Nice. That was an awesome present. That was so cool.
Etching glass? Who knew?
Oh, so sophisticated. Welcome to another evergreen episode of This Might Get Weird.
Now you guys know what it means.
Yes.
It means that we recorded this currently just as like a backup in case Grace is feeling like she needs to rest, needs a little time off.
Yeah.
And so if you're listening to this, give Grace all the good vibes.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm likely currently laying in bed watching 90 Day Fiance, one of those franchises in some capacity.
Wow.
So not too bad, but
Wait, did I tell you, speaking of 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I tell you that I was recently talking to someone and they got a cameo from Ed? Which,
Ed from 90 Day Fiance, yes.
I had ordered one when I was intoxicated one time. I know he's a controversial figure.
He delivered one that seemed like he was intoxicated.
Yeah. So I said to this person, I go, oh, I got one. And he like slid in wearing chicken shoes and chicken slippers and a chicken hat and air guitared with a broom, I think to Johnny Be Good. I can't remember exactly. And I forget who this person was, but they go, wow. That's exactly what mine was. I was like, oh, okay.
That's his bit.
She was like, I feel a lot less special now.
That's
Sorry,
his
boo.
routine. Oh, man. That is kind of a bummer. That's just his shtick that he does. What a specific shtick.
I know. Chickens, Johnny Be Good air guitar.
Oh, man. I mean, he really has carved out quite a niche for himself. I haven't seen him on any of the seasons that I'm watching right now. He's not featured, so...
Well, 90 Day Fiance is definitely, it's such a massive franchise with so many spinoffs on top of spinoffs on top of spinoffs that like I can't even, I'm not even dipping a toe in.
Yeah.
And I know I'd love it, but it's like starting Lord of the Rings on the fifth one.
Exactly. It is. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of return characters. And honestly, the reunions are a little disappointing, especially after you've watched some housewife reunions and the savagery that happens there. These reunions they have a lot more to contend with in terms of people remotely like being there because they're in different countries. And because language barriers are so like there's a wide variety of language barriers, but they're not as like ruthless as they could be. They're a little like soft.
Well, I think that way about any franchise that isn't in the Bravo universe. If Andy Cohen isn't at the helm, and granted he's been easy on some housewives, but like when I watch these reunions of the Ultimatum and things like that on Netflix, they want, post a little controversy, they want Nick Lachey and Vanessa to be liked so much that you can just tell that everyone's nervous they're going to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I want receipts.
Yes. I want the bold questions asked. I want people held accountable for certain things. The Ultimatum. Did you watch the Queer Ultimatum?
I watched Queer Ultimatum.
Yeah. What thoughts in general on that? This is evergreen, but that show is available for anyone to watch right now.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's wild to me how quickly people were like, I'm in love with someone else. I mean, like days. And I mean, I know there's the whole, very generic joke of like, what do lesbians do on their second date? Get a U-Haul.
Yeah.
But truly watching this, I was like, whoa, lots of fingering.
Yes. That blew my mind because it'd be like, there's parents. I don't know why parents would ever agree to be in the scenes on these shows and then cut to their daughter fingering another woman in a bed. Like
just the word fingering.
Like
so
10
wild.
minutes later, I'm just like, this is This show's lawless. This show is trash and it's lawless.
And then the one girl who was like, you entered my girlfriend. First of all, it sounds like her vagina is a hallway. Yeah. Second of all, I've never seen bigger boobs in my life.
I know. Yeah. There was a lot.
It was a whole
there.
vibe. I had a really great 2 days watching.
Yeah.
Is it just called the Queer Ultimatum?
Yeah.
Ultimatum, the Queer Edition?
Something like that.
Watch it, people.
Fascinating. Fascinating. I have never really considered, thought about, or observed a two female relationship before. And I was like, oh my God, they're weaponizing therapy language so effortlessly at each other back and forth.
Seamless.
This is, insane.
Okay, but for this podcast, we could do a whole thing on Queer Ultimatum. And we were going to, and then I dropped the ball and now I'm back on the ball. But you asked for could-yas or questions or topics on your Instagram story. And that's what we are going to be chatting about today.
Yes. And I will say the could-yas that came in are so good and creative.
Really?
That I was really impressed by everyone's submission. So thank you guys so much for that. But let's get right into it. Okay. Could-ya, obviously perfect person, but he licks every single bite of food before he eats it. So licks every little bite of food before he eats it.
Oh, wow.
I feel like this would depend on how big of a lick are we talking about? Just a little tongue touch and then a bite that's like more to themselves? Or is it like full blown, I'm licking a whole hot dog before I take a bite?
Yeah. Are you giving it a dog bath? And I mean, like, now that I've got all the licks out of the way, I can eat it like a normal person. Because I will sometimes, I've been accused of, I remember the first person to call me out on this was Chelsea Handler. Because sometimes when I go take a sip of something, like my tongue is out, like almost, I don't know why. But
like you're protecting your teeth.
Oh
That's my assumption, is that you've hit your teeth on so many different items in your life.
Podcast microphones.
That you're trying to protect yourself.
When I was little, I would do a thing where like I thought it was so impressive that I could use like my tongue as a straw. Oh, isn't that gross looking? But, so I don't know if that's like residual childhood stuff.
Baby. I love that Chelsea Handler called you out on that.
I can't remember if it was on camera or not, but I was at her house to film a Y Dad.
Yeah.
And make a drink. And I'm like, cheers. And we go and take a sip. She goes, what the fuck was that?
I've never noticed you do this before, ever.
I like keep it at bay. Like sometimes I'll go take a sip of something. I was like, wow, I really stuck my tongue out on that one. Like I don't think it's constant. It's not like just having a sip of water. It's more like first sip of a cocktail or a wine.
Yeah. Maybe it's like you're trying to get the taste. Yeah.
I think, who knows what it is. But still, it's discreet enough. I'm like in the glass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but if someone was just straight up, like, I don't know, like knifing off a bite of steak, giving it a lick.
Yeah.
Then chomping on it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It really does depend on how performative this seems. Like, if this is just a little thing to themselves that maybe only I notice, I think I could handle that. That's fine.
But it would gross me out.
It would gross you out? That they're
licking the food? I mean, it depends on the food. Like, because there's another thing. Like, if you're eating a sandwich, okay, a little lick, a little bite. Yeah. You know? Like, one time, our friend Steve did a routine that made me laugh so hard. Is we went to Chipotle. Yeah. And he had a burrito. You know, it's wrapped up. And he was like, this burrito is as heavy as a baby. And then he just would give it a kiss, then take a bite. For every bite. And it made me laugh so hard. So, like, something solid like that, yes. But if you're over there sitting with someone and they're just licking up soup and then, you know what I mean? Like, different pudding. If they're licking pudding, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would just have to avert my eyes while they eat.
But eating is the tent pole of any relationship I have.
Yeah.
Me and
true.
Chip love to have meals.
Yeah, no,
But
same.
I don't want to see him lick his salmon.
Okay, fair. Fair. All right, here's another one.
Oh, so if we were in love already, fine. But if we started dating and someone was licking on their first date, if we're at Benihana and they're licking their rice, it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's going to stick out to me and maybe be a hurdle I can't jump over in that situation. Okay, they're perfect, but they quietly narrate their life in third person like a documentary all the time.
Ooh, that is an absolute no, and that's coming from someone who talks to themselves a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm constantly talking to myself where Elliot's like, what? And I'm like, it's not to you. I'm talking out loud to myself right now.
Well, even, I love to voice to text.
Yes.
And with I say it's the new phone update, but it probably was from a year ago. I just recently did it.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago. Normally, like, you voice to text, and then when you take a little pause, it stops,
Right, yeah.
But now with this update, it just keeps going until you hit it off.
Yeah.
And so the amount of times I've almost sent someone a text that's like, yeah, sure, I'll be there in 30 minutes. Hey, Beans, where do you want to go? Are you the cutest girl in the whole entire universe? Oh, man. Okay, what do I got to do today? What do I got to get up from the grocery store?
Yeah.
And I almost send text. I almost hit it when it's like a diatribe of my inner thoughts.
Perfect.
It's like I realize how much I talk to myself even more with the voice to text update.
What do you think about getting voice memo texts?
Oh, God.
I can't stand it. I have a couple people that do this.
Who do it?
And
call them out.
I love them. And like, I don't know. It's like, I feel very confronted when they come in that I'm like, oh shit, I have to like, now all of my attention has to go to this and I have to listen to it. And they're going to see when I listen to it. I think on the other end, they get like the scene or something or listen to or something. And I don't know what it is about it, but it makes me very uncomfortable. But then once I listen to someone's text, like I get why they send it like that. For them, it's easier to send their thoughts in this just like conversational kind of voice memo versus writing it all out.
Yeah, I can see the point if you've got a lot to get through.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, oh my God, you're not going to believe what just happened to me. Okay, I got to tell you right now. I just got back in my car. I'm driving home.
Yeah.
I don't want you to miss any detail, that kind of thing. It's when you get a voice note that's just kind of rambly and pointless. I need you to go in with a plan.
Yeah.
Because if it's jumping from tangents and it's being like, oh, I mean, I don't really know. I'm like, no. Like, I need your voice note rehearsed. We got to be off book.
If I hit play and it says 2 minutes and 9 seconds,
oh my God,
I'm like, this is like watching the Titanic right now. Like, this is, this is requiring so much of my concentrated attention right now.
No, it's a very intimate thing. I only have a couple people who send them, and I can't send them back because when I send them back, I'm annotating voice to text. So I'm saying period and exclamation point.
Yeah.
I'm full AI. But no, I do have, last week I was getting a ton of voice notes from Jacqueline and I was responding with text as I do. But then they disappear. So then I was like, our text thread makes it look like I'm a psychopath.
Yeah. See, and I'm also a visual person. I like looking at the words of a text.
I like misconstruing them and getting mad for no reason.
I like assuming that someone's mad at me because there's only periods in this message that they've sent me and there's no emojis. Anyway, I don't think
back to the question.
I couldn't deal with someone that's quietly even if it is quietly, someone that's narrating their life in third person. It feels a little like, I don't know, performative, distracting. Like they're in their own head, I think, more than like you want your partner to be present with you.
Right. And also, are they narrating their life in third person as they're shuffling around the house working? Or are we at a party and they're like, and then Chip went to go get another beer, knowing that he probably shouldn't have another one.
Right.
But anyway, hey, Jeff, what's up? Doing it
like,
constantly?
Are they using this device to say things that they're not confident to say to me to my face?
Okay. See, this brings me back to early relationship.
Yeah.
Where like I would talk to Beans.
Yeah.
Or be like, well, Beans is thinking. I would basically unconsciously say my thoughts.
Yeah, you projected.
Like, Beans, are you like Chip's being a little bit of a, you know, and he's just like,
classic projection. Yeah.
Just say it to me. Don't pretend your 5-pound dog is having thoughts on the dirty dishes.
That's amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Beans as the truth device. I get it.
Yeah, I think maybe what is the therapy where you're like exposure therapy. So if I had someone that was doing that, I would probably just do it more obnoxiously.
Yeah.
To try to get them to stop.
To see what they're doing to you.
Just wage a war on someone's crutch.
What's for dinner? If that question stresses you out, listen up. Hungry Root will fill your fridge with healthy food and simple recipes so you can fill your schedule with stuff that you enjoy doing more. Hungry Root is the easiest way to get fresh, high-quality food delivered to your door. They've got healthy groceries and simple recipes all in one place. What do? You take a fun, short quiz, and Hungry Root will get to know you, your goals, how you like to eat, what flavors do you like, what kitchen appliances do you even own. They'll keep your needs top of mind and start building you a cart. Hungry Root will recommend groceries based on your tastes, take their suggestions, or choose anything you want. You'll get to pick fresh produce, high quality meat and seafood, pantry staples, healthy snacks and sweets, and so much more. They've even got seasonal fall favorites. I've loved Hungry Root as someone who is very much eating from home these days. They have delivered amazing snacks, amazing recipes, super simple but very healthful meals that I can do even in the state I'm in. Hungry Root goes beyond your weekly grocery haul with thousands of easy recipes that actually put your groceries to good use before they get forgotten in the back of your fridge. The best part is that everything that Hungry Root offers follows a simple standard. It's gotta taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole, trusted ingredients. Spend less time shopping and cooking and more time enjoying healthy food that you'll actually love with Hungry Root. Right now, Hungry Root is offering you beautiful listeners 30% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/TMGW to get 30% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/TMGW. Do not forget to use our link so they know that we sent you.
You guys already know that I'm a big fan of Skims. In fact, they might be my favorite bras of all times. I started with their Fits Everybody collection of the butteriest underwear. That sounds very sexy. I have ever tried, and I am loving this brand. So when I saw that their cotton loungewear is popping up all over my feed, I was like, I need to get my hands on some. I need to try these immediately. And they did not disappoint. They are the cutest, most flattering sets you can find for in or wearing out of your house. That's right. I am not above going out in leggings, especially when they are as high quality and as cute as the Skims one. Skims is creating the next generation of loungewear for everybody. I have got the cotton rib leggings and a nice soot color. Oh baby, throw those on with a sweater this fall and you have got my new uniform. They've also got really comfy jersey scuba bralettes, boxers, anything you need to feel comfy in or out of the house. This is Skims' most tagged collection, and they get a lot of tags, baby. It's made from classic cotton fabric for comfortable everyday wear, made from ultra soft and natural fibers. The cotton collection features elevated lounge pieces designed for comfort indoors or outside. And whoever said loungewear was only for in the house has not tried Skims. It's available in XXS to 4X, so believe the hype. Skims has over 100,000 5-star reviews for a reason. The cotton collection and more are available now at skims.com. Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $75. So if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know, please let them know that we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. We would super duper appreciate it. And if you missed the big news, Skims reinvented underwear for women and they are now doing it for men. Also available at skims.com.
Okay, could you deal?
Oh, another could ya?
Yeah.
What?
And then I'll ask a question. Could
Okay.
you deal if all your partner ever ate were hot dogs? Outings,
Oh.
every meal, wieners.
Wieners.
Wieners everywhere.
I'm going to go back to the first answer.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do have partners who like only like a certain thing. I don't know a lot of people, but I've heard of it before. And again, like sharing food with each other and going out to meals is like such a love language for me.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So that I really don't think I could. I went on like 3 dates with a guy in college.
Yeah.
And he ordered a BLT every single time. And I was like, and I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember on the third one, I was like, you love BLTs. And he was like, no, I don't really love eating in general. So it's just like the easy go-to. He was like, if I could take a pill and not have to eat, I'd be fine. That was our last date.
Whoa.
I was like, we are opposites. Like there's some people who are like, oh, what a task. I have to eat. And I'm like,
wow. Wow.
No.
I wonder how that starts. Why? Like I can't, because I also love meals. I love eating. And one of my favorite things about eating out with Elliot is that, you know, 2 of us, he gets something, I get something, we can share. Like
it's marriage, baby.
Yeah. And now I get another opportunity for something else on the menu, but it's through you. And I don't want it to always be a hot dog.
Have a hot dog. God forbid he's licking every bite first.
Right. And it also limits you to where you can even go that hot dogs are available. And I don't think I would want to be with someone that's like, we're at a restaurant and he's asking if they could make a hot dog off menu.
Right. That's not something you just whip up. First of all, looking back at it, the root of like, I don't feel like eating, I'm assuming it was just like Adderall or something. Like, looking back at this person, I'm like, oh, I think there was ulterior forces that were making you like not want to eat.
I think your body was full of a stimulant that took away your appetite. Okay.
So he's like, fuck it, give me the BLT. And I'm done. Now that man created Soylent. No, I'm just kidding.
Man.
But I think if I really loved someone, or if Chip just decided like it's hot dogs or nothing, baby.
Yeah.
I think what I would do is I would say, okay, well, you eat at home.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go get wine and I'm going to go get food. Like it's just going to be I already ate situation, but like we're going to go still have dates. You're just going to have a cocktail while I have the cacio e pepe.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great compromise. That works.
And it sucks, but if I'm already, again, the could you crutch of if I'm already in love, I can handle these changes. Now, if we first started dating and, by date 3, again, I see you've ordered a hot dog. I go, what's the deal here, dude?
Right. Also, like,
we can't travel.
And you should go to a doctor because I don't know, the sodium levels are going to be like outrageous at some point.
I know. They always have those crazy, I don't know what the truth is to it, where it'll be like, eating one hot dog is like smoking 9 packs of cigarettes. No, they're always like these crazy stats where I'm like, really? Because is there a huge difference between hot dogs and like ham?
I don't know. Hot dogs are a mystery meat of some sort. So I feel like people either love them or hate them. They are a confusing.
Polarizing.
Yeah. They're scientifically confusing, I think, for everyone. Okay.
I do get an occasional really big hankering for a vegetarian hot dog, though. Like probably every 2 months, I'm like, I'm solely thinking about eating a hot dog and what I'm going to put on it.
We were just, where were we? We were just driving I think we were leaving, getting an MRI, and we were leaving the hospital, and there was like a street cart or something, and it smelled so much like hot dogs. I was like, this is great. I love this smell. Fantastic.
I mean, as 2 people who have been on the Wienermobile, we are clearly fans.
We're clearly pro hot dog.
And then the last Dodgers game I went to, I thought about eating that vegetarian hot dog for the week leading up. When I tell you, I thought about how exactly I was going to make that hot dog more than I thought about my family members. And then I got there and it was still like, oh, no, we're not putting out the toppings anymore. That's unsanitary. And I was like, I'm not getting the raw onion. I've been crafting
Dreaming
this.
Dreaming. I know. Okay, this says discussion topic.
Okay.
A guy asked me to be a life drawing model before a first date. Bold or odd? Wow.
I would find other adjectives. Weird and sketchy.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I don't know the full context of like, I'm assuming this person is an artist and they're not just dabbling in life drawing.
It's not just a stick man on the canvas.
Right.
But also, what I feel like is this person, if they're an artist or whatnot, has created a loophole to have their own naked attraction. Getting to see them first. And then, like, what if you were like, oh, sure, I'll do that. That's something I'm curious in. And then you sat and then they called off the date. And they're just using it as a way to see if they like the way you look naked before they buy you dinner.
Gross. That would be gross.
That's why I said sketchy.
Yeah. This does read very sketchy. And I don't know enough about this person or you to know if it's like, oh, that's just like a bold, interesting thing for an artist to ask like another artist type person before they go on a date.
Or are you someone who's mentioned, I have sat in as a drawing model before?
Right.
But if you guys just met randomly and they're like, would you like to get completely nude while I stare at every crevice for a few hours before our dinner reservation? That's a bit much.
That's not my vibe at all. I'm not into that. But if you are into that, then I guess this is bold. But to me, it's just odd.
Have you ever done like the nude drawing?
No.
Obviously not modeling. I'm trying to think if I have. I'm like, I feel like there were 10 years of my life that were such a blur. I'm like, did I actually on camera for something?
Dude, I know. It feels like a very potential Hey USA side quest.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to say on here, like, I haven't either. And then everyone's like, well, here's 50 GIFs of you going like, oh, God. Do a nude model.
20 minutes of footage of you doing this. Yeah, it does feel like a familiar thing. But I have no recollection of any of that kind of stuff.
I remember they obviously had that in the art department in college, and me just thinking like, wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to class and just staring at a ding-a-ling?
I was listening to some podcast with a girl that was like, she, I think, wrote a book about doing like 100 things outside of her comfort zone in like 100 days or like 365 or something. And one of them was nude modeling. And she was talking about how she was so nervous to do it. And then it ended up being fine. And she pushed past her fear and it's like a safe environment to do it and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, I don't have that need to push past that fear.
No, that isn't something I need to overcome. And also, if I was going to nude model, let's say I have nothing to do with the entertainment industry and no one knows who I am that doesn't know me personally.
Yeah.
Like, let's do that caveat. Different alternate universe, Mamrie.
Yes.
Well, a couple things. I think I would be a little too opinionated. You know, you're just supposed to walk in and then they're like, okay, now this pose or whatever. I would be like, let's make it colder in here. My nipples look better. And then they'd be like, do this angle. I'd be like, no. I would just be doing the most like laying down, arms up, sucking in. I'd be like, nope, sorry. I'm not leaning over and like thinking.
I couldn't sit still. Like I had to get an MRI for 45 minutes and that was like hell. I had to take an Ativan before I went in that machine just to calm myself down. So if I took an Ativan before I went to go pose nude, I'd literally just be asleep on the floor.
Yeah. No, that's the thing is when all I want to do is be still unless I'm told I need to be.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, every joint needs to be cracked. I got a demon in my body. Oh my God. I've been watching way too much chiropractic on TikTok.
Oh, I haven't gotten that in my algorithm, thankfully.
It's like it's fun to watch. I like it. People getting their cricks cracked out.
Oh, that stuff freaks me out, but I know that it feels good.
it freaks me out too, and I've been watching it. There's like a couple chiropractors who are big, and so you'll see like celebrities go to them, and like and it's all in my algorithm. But they have this one thing that's like a strap that like pulls your neck, and that freaks me out. And then when Chip and I got massages in Hawaii on my birthday, the masseuse was like a massive man.
Yeah.
And he had Chip before me, which made me laugh because then when I was getting rubbed, I was just imagining Chip on the table getting the same massage. And it just made me laugh so much. But then at the end, when you're like flipped over and they're doing the neck stuff, which is my favorite when you're laying on your back, he just was like, breathe in really deep and breathe out. And he just was pulling my head. Whoa. And he did it like twice. And I think I was like, this guy's been watching too many videos on TikTok about chiropractic. I was truly like, what if my head pops off? Like
did
full
it feel,
Barbie movie.
Yeah. Did it feel good?
No, because I think I was so in my head, I couldn't relax.
That you tensed up. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he was like, okay, let's try it again. And I was like, this guy is gunning for a noise.
Oh my God.
He's not going to get out of me. What if I die on this table? It was crazy. The next day, Chip and I, both of us were like, are you sore? I was like, I'm sore.
Those are the greatest massages where you kind of feel a little bit worse afterwards.
Exactly. Sorry. Anyway, I don't even remember what the subject was. Nude modeling.
Nude modeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another question. This one made me laugh. Partner is a 10, but has a horizontal butt crack.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Now,
do they poop normal?
Look, I've thought about this one obviously because I screenshotted it earlier. And I mean, I don't know how, like, I think I could be okay with this. If they're a 10, I'm in love with them. They have a horizontal butt crack. It would take some getting used to. But as long as they're like GI system functions fine and they're like comfortable in their body about it, I think like they're not showing their walking around without pants on. You know?
No, however, like as a big fan of my partner's butt, like they would look different in pants. Like
That's
if you saw
true.
someone walk by and the butt looked like a hamburger bun, you'd be like, what's going on in there? So
that's true. Maybe, I mean, they might have to wear sweatpants.
You could get like it's like you could put like a shell in your pants. Like, again, I think you were correct in saying it depends how confident they are. Because if someone's like, I don't care if people think my butt looks weird. Great. Right. But then also I'm like, maybe you should get into kilts.
Right. Yeah. Or they get custom pants of some sort made. Who knows? Maybe their butt fits better into pants than, vertical buttholes do.
But just imagine having sex and reaching around and being like, I can spread your butt cheeks. I mean, you could anyway, I guess. But it just...
You'd have to put your hands up and down versus side by side.
I know, but maybe I'd like it. Maybe I'd be like, hey, make it talk for me. No. I don't know.
I mean, I would be curious what the farting situation would be. Maybe it would be less noise. I don't know. Maybe it would be more noise. I don't know.
I don't know if it would change much. Also, okay, if the butthole is horizontal.
Yeah.
Or the butt crack is horizontal.
Yeah.
Obviously, then the butthole would be further up the butt. You know what I mean? So then... Are they sitting weird on the toilet? Oh man, we gotta talk to a doctor.
How do we need to get a custom toilet seat?
Yeah.
Like, Elliot loves a bidet. Will they never be able to use a bidet?
Here's the thing, what I love is this is how you can tell where priorities are. Yeah. Where I'm like, someone with a horizontal butt, I'm in. Only eats hot dogs? See you later, loser.
I know.
Like an absolute freak of anatomy, I got you. Oh, you're going to ruin my Friday night dinner plans? We cannot be together.
The hot dog thing is more of a public situation The horizontal butthole, I feel like, is more of a private situation. Like, you know, they're not like, but if everyone decides you have like a fun friends weekend and everyone goes skinny dipping, then you get into some different territory. But it comes down to whether they're comfortable with it.
Grace, that would literally never happen to you.
I know. I just talked about how I'd never nude model in my life.
She's like, but when me and my friends splash around.
But when me and my friends do our weekly skinny dipping, it's going to be weird for my horizontal butthole boyfriend.
Always thinking ahead. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you ever felt like your own brain is getting in your way? Like, you know what you should be doing, you know what's good for you, and yet you just can't get past your own thoughts. For me, it's going to sleep. I need to go to bed early, but I just can't force myself to do it. And then when I do, my brain is going a million miles per minute, and I just can't seem to fall asleep. Well, if you feel that way, be it sleep or other ways your brain is being a speed bump, that's when therapy can come in. And that's especially convenient with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is online therapy, okay? It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. So you fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, very important, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It's a great way to learn positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be a best version of yourself, and it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma, okay? Therapy, my friends, is for everyone. So make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/TMGW today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. HELP.com/TMGW. Give it a try. You don't even have to leave your house.
Do you struggle to save money every month? With Rocket Money, you can quickly identify all of those sneaky subscriptions that keep charging you month after month and cancel any you no longer use. It's such an easy way to start saving money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. You can easily cancel the ones that you don't want with just the press of a button. There's no more long hold times or annoying emails with customer service. Rocket Money does all the work for you. Rocket Money can even negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. With over 5 million users and counting, Rocket Money has helped save its customers an average of $720 a year and $1 billion in total savings so far. My God. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/TMGW. That's rocketmoney.com/TMGW. One more time, rocketmoney.com/TMGW. Okay, this says, could you stand being filmed like the Kardashians if it meant you got a huge payout?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even have to think about that. Yeah.
You would. I don't think I could. I'm too paranoid about like my privacy or just like, I don't know.
Here's
someone else having a camera and feeling like they're controlling the narrative of my life.
Well, I don't want to, because I feel like if we really wanted to back in the day, we could have, you know, I mean, like we've had cameras on us, but we were in control of it. Yeah. I do think Mama Chris has final edit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
true.
That's in their contract so that they can control the narrative of how they're going to come off or what they want exposed. Might not have been like that like back in the day, you know, when they were first starting, but now they've got all the power. They're the EPs. Do I want to do that? Absolutely not. But are we also in a volatile industry? And if 10 years from now I can't afford to pay my rent and someone's like, we're doing a reality show about people who used to do YouTube, I'd be like, let's ride.
Yeah, it would be, the thing would be, it would be so boring. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Ratings would suck.
Yeah, like you can come film me, but it's going to be a lot of me sitting on a couch, like watching TV and then being like, I probably should do something else, and then not doing something else. So
yeah,
it would be not a very aspirational show, I don't think.
Yeah, it would be me going, I should do laundry. And then going, now I kind of want a hot dog. It's just me moving to different parts of my house, staring into the abyss.
Yeah, me walking into a room and going, what did I come in here for?
My God, it's gotten so bad. I mean, you have chemo brain.
Yeah,
and the fog
man.
of that. I'm truly like stunned. I'm like, I already was having a tough time remembering anything.
Yeah.
Or like the tangents of just opening a new tab on my computer. They're going, what did I open that for?
Yeah. I've
What is
literally
happening?
like walked with such purpose into the room, opened my laptop, and then been like, what was the plan? What was the plan? We came in here with such purpose. What are we doing right now? Yeah, I have to like write down everything right now because I'll forget. Like I'll take an antibiotic and then seconds later be like, did I just take that?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's scary.
Yeah. But it's just everything in general I'm forgetting, which is so fun. So fun. Okay, if you could create a food-themed car, i.e. Wienermobile, what food do you think would be the best?
Wow. Wow. I mean, this isn't what I want, but there is something to be said about, obviously, the wiener. It would be similar to a Wienermobile, but it'd be more like if there was like a party sub. So then it was like a comically long limousine.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice.
You could even do one that like has like if it was more like a roast beef kind of thing, and you have like a hot tub at the end. You know how they had some of those in the 80s?
God.
And that's like the jus you dip it in?
That's incredible.
A French dip?
That's incredible. And French dips are just underappreciated, I think, right now.
Right now, we are in the era of people really not appreciating
We're
them.
in the season of French dip. It feels like a fall food.
It does. When you add a warm consomme.
Also, what other kind of sandwich do you have a thing to dip with? Like
I see what you're saying, and I agree that there should be more dips specific to the sandwich.
Yeah.
Also, when I like order a sandwich, if it has a sauce on it, let's say it has a Dijon or something like that, I will ask for it on the side, because sometimes you see people make sandwiches and they are just squeezing like so much sauce on a sandwich. I would rather have it on the side and add a little bit as I go with a knife.
Yeah.
So instead, let's just normalize more dipping sauces for a Sammy.
More dip and sauces for a sandwich. I agree. I think that is something that could come into the zeitgeist hard.
I feel like if you ordered a chicken Caesar wrap, you'd be like, can I get the dressing on the side?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you want to control your own dipping. You want to be able to control the amount, because some people squeeze too much. Some people squeeze too little. It's a whole thing.
You see people making a sandwich on diners, drive-ins, and dives. And I'm like, you just put 8 tablespoons of mayonnaise on that. Like, you just added 700 calories worth of mayonnaise to this sandwich.
Yes. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of what other food would be great for vehicles.
That's a great.
Like bananas, obviously kind of the same shape.
I've seen a banana one.
Nice. I was thinking of, I don't know why nachos came to mind. Like
nachos.
And it's like not choo-choo train, like a nacho train, not choo-choo train.
That's a wide train. I mean, you got to kind of think of the shape in that, like, I've seen a banana car, but it's 3 people sitting single file.
Yes.
So you need something that's going to be wide enough to maybe have 4 seats, but or at least 2 side by side. So you're not riding in your car solo, but then also not too wide, so that way you can stay in your lane. A nacho car feels
wide.
Feels ambitiously wide.
We're going wide. Yeah, we're taking up 2 lanes at least going down, but it would be a sight. It would be a sight. People would yield to the nacho car.
You know what I have talked about at length, and you know, looked up and researched for hours instead of doing something that would actually make me money.
Of course.
You know how they have like mobile bars, or they'll take an Airstream and turn it into something. I want one that's called the pickle bar. That it looks like it's a big pickle. And we serve pickle martinis, picklebacks, wine and beer.
Fried pickles.
Oh, well,
Too
I don't
difficult.
know. I don't think I want a deep fryer in the pickle mobile.
Fair,
in the pickle
fair.
bar. I think
Fair.
if anything, maybe a crock pot of boiled peanuts. We could get the peanut from Mr. Peanut. We went into that car as well.
I mean, you could repurpose Mr. Peanut, just paint it green and you have a pickle. Like,
yeah, I mean, I went deep one day. I was looking at how much does fiberglass. I mean, I was looking up a lot of stuff, and by one day, I mean for about 2 months.
Yeah.
I was I'm opening a pickle-shaped bar.
I mean, I think it would do really, really well.
Thank you.
And as we grow older, we have to continue to diversify our monetary streams. So I think that's an excellent idea.
I do love cars shaped like other things, though. And this is such a good question. Now I'm just looking around my house being like, what food is here?
I know. I was trying to think in my head, like, what in a grocery store, like, what is shaped like an eggplant or.
Oh, that's an erotic car.
Right. That's a provocative vehicle.
Oh, my gosh. If you had a company called Provocables.
Corn.
Trying to make corn is a good one.
Could be shaped that way.
Yeah,
Cucumbers.
anything that's kind of lengthy with a little girth.
Right.
Is what we're looking for. As soon as we stop recording, I'm gonna be like, and here's 40 things I would like car shaped like.
Potato. Is there just a straight up a spud driving around?
I think there is a spud vehicle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know there's like a potato Airbnb that you can stay in like Idaho. That is looks
that's like
hilarious.
A fallout shelter or something.
Yeah,
it's like, what are we supposed to do besides take a
zero
photo?
windows?
Because water towers shaped like things are my favorite.
Oh yeah. There's a great one in South. Well, no, it's not a water tower. I was thinking of Lucy the elephant that's in South Jersey.
Oh well, there's in South Carolina. There's the Gaffney County Peach. And it's like, it's so beautiful. And we would drive past it to go see my dad when I was growing up. And I was really into James and the Giant Peach and all the doll books. And I would like fantasize about it. So like having a little peach mobile would be cute.
Would be cute.
Anything fruit shaped, I'm on board with. A little strawberry mobile.
Yeah.
A lemon mobile, which is hilarious because a car that doesn't work is called a lemon.
That would be amazing. That would be fantastic. I'm all for it. I wish there was a Formula One car that was just shaped like a lemon the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think the aerodynamics would be in its favor, but I'm on board.
But the novelty would be amazing.
This is all I'm going to think about today.
It's got your gears going. Okay, last question.
Okay.
If you rounded a corner and saw Mamrie in an argument with a stranger, what would you assume it's about?
That's specifically for you, I guess.
The only thing that comes to mind is beans. It would have to be about the only thing I could see you publicly getting riled up with on the corner of a street is if someone like almost hit Beans with a car or something, or if like someone said something not so favorable about Beans to you. I can see you. I have a hard time seeing you get publicly angry at someone over something, because the thing that came to mind when I saw this is when we were in Vegas years and years ago with Sorted Food, and Barry from Sorted Food's dad was there, and you showed him a picture of Beans and he was like, she's ugly, and you were like, fuck you. Like you.
I mean, well, okay, here's what I'll say. Drunk in Vegas, hilarious British friend's dad, I feel comfortable being like, fuck off. And, and he was already delighted by me. So knowing I've already got you. The thing is within public, because I'm not kidding, Grace, 4 days ago, I was walking Beans, and she's very old and very small. Yeah. And a car was waiting for us to cross, and we crossed. And then as soon as like a paw hit the curb, he sped out like he was angry he had to wait. Jeez. So of course, normally like that could rile me up, but I was just like, ugh, like I was grossed out. This is not like the funny answer, but it depends if it's a woman or a man too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because guys are unhinged.
Yes.
And like if a guy was like, oh God, get that fucking dog out of here. I don't know how someone's picking a fight with me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, ugh. And just keep walking and be like, get to safety, get to safety.
Yeah, no, fair, yeah.
If a woman said that, I'd be like, I would lose my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be in a very heated, yelly Karen calling situation.
You would be defending Beans' honor, obviously.
So it'd probably be that. And if it was not Beans related, you know what else it would be?
What?
Littering.
Littering. Wow. Yeah.
I hate litterers.
Yeah. There's no point. I don't get why people do that. I don't get it.
I've yelled at many a teen boy.
Nice. Nice.
just end sentence just as a whole.
Nice.
But I think
perfect demo to yell at.
the thing that would rile me up the most is littering.
Good for you. Good
What
for
about you? What would push you over the edge?
God, I think honestly it would be if someone was treating someone in the service industry poorly. Like if I was like in line at like a Target and someone was being like really abrasive to the checkout person or something. Or if I was at a restaurant and someone was like unnecessarily like hassling a server or something, I'm not I'm not a person to speak up like, normally, but like if it were to be something I would get mad at, it's like that. It's like someone treating someone else badly for no reason.
Grace, we're such good people.
I think
that's the theme of this episode.
We're goddamn saints, and there it is. It's just how it is.
It'd be like, Mamrie's fighting on the corner. Why? Someone made fun of my boyfriend with a horizontal butt crack.
With this horizontal butt crack, which I've learned to love.
Which I actually find pretty amusing. He farts louder.
He's comfortable in his own body.
Well, this was another fun one. Thank you for getting all those kujas and questions, and thank you guys for submitting them.
Yeah, thank you guys for your creativity. That really is fun and some good thought starters. And take these into your own friendship groups and have some conversations. You'll get to know people.
Oh man. Well, speaking of Beans, I need to take her for a spin. She is already looking at me. You're gonna round the corner, and that's who I'm fighting with. Is my actual dog.
There you go.
Anyway, this got weird.
Yep.